श्रीकृष्ण उवाच यदादित्यगतं तेजो जगद्भास्यते अखिलं यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकम्. This is Gita Shloka 15/12. Fortunately, I would say I am so fortunate that I have the Gita written by my Acharya Swami Ram Swarup Acharya, the only Gita in this world which really justifies Bhagavad Gita. Because otherwise, when we read shlokas like this and many other shlokas of Bhagavad Gita commented by so-called self-declared saints, we will come to a conclusion that Sri Krishna is Almighty God. However, when we understand the Gita commented by my Acharya, we will understand that Sri Krishna is in the Samadhi stage. Because as per Vedas, Almighty God clearly says, Akkayam Shuddham Apapa Viddham Asnaviram Avrinam. That is, Almighty God is devoid of body. Almighty God never takes birth. Almighty God is devoid of nervous system. Almighty God is always pure. Almighty God is omnipresent. Even God cannot take birth. Like God cannot do sins, like God cannot do injustice, God cannot also take birth as per the unchangeable rule of Almighty God mentioned in the Vedas by Almighty God. Without understanding the basics of Vedas, if we try to attend to understand Gita, commented by so-called self-declared saints, we will understand that Sri Krishna is Almighty God, whereas Sri Krishna is in Samadhi stage. We have to understand Gita knowledge was not given in the middle of battlefield, although it is written like that. But in the battlefield amongst the two sides, it is impossible to give such a knowledge to anybody else. This knowledge is written by Vyas Muni post Mahabharata war. After several years of Mahabharata war, Vyas Muni wrote Mahabharata. And in Mahabharata, 18 chapters are taken by somebody in the last 1500 years. Somebody has printed it as Bhagavad Gita. Whereas the shloka very clearly says Sri Krishna Uvacha. If you read any other Bhagavad Gita, it will say Bhagavan Uvacha. It is not Bhagavan Uvacha, it is Sri Krishna Uvacha. Even in the 18th chapter, 75th shloka, 76th shloka, we understand Sri Krishna is called as Yogeshwaraha by Vyas Muni and Sanjay. So here also Sri Krishna is in the Samadhi stage. My Acharya has beautifully quoted one Ved mantra. I have quoted several Ved mantras in the past in my previous audio videos. One more Ved mantra my Acharya has quoted. Atharveda mantra 4/11/7 has a word Rupena Indraha. That means at the time of Samadhi, when a yogi has attained Samadhi and he is speaking in the Samadhi stage, Rupena Indraha. Indraha means Almighty God. Rupena means form. That yogi assumes himself to be Almighty God. He forgets himself that he is a yogi, he is a human being. Because of the Samadhi stage, he assumes himself to be Almighty God and gives the knowledge at the stage, at the position of Almighty God. However, this Rupena Indraha is applicable only to the yogi. God is always formless, God is always bodiless, God does not take avatar. So here also Sri Krishna is giving a knowledge in this shloka, Yadaditya Gatam Tejo. That means the light that is there in sun, the light that is there in moon, the light that is there even in the fire. Hey Arjun, please understand, this is my light. That is the meaning of this shloka in short. The light that is there in Jagat means everywhere in this universe. Wherever you see light, that is my light. That is what Sri Krishna is saying. But when we understand Vedas, Almighty God says in Vedas, Indraha Vishwasya Rajati, Yajurveda 36/8. This entire Vishwasya, the entire universe is glowed by the light of Almighty God. And also in the meaning of Om, Virat Agni Vishwa. Virat is the name of Almighty God. Almighty God gives the light to everyone. Rajri Deeptau Virat. Almighty God has many names, but all those names are known only to a yogi Rishi Muni who has attained Samadhi. Ekam Sadvipra Bahuda Vadanti, says Rigveda 1st Mandal 164 Sukta. And also Yajurveda 13/4, my Acharya has beautifully written, Ekaha Hiranya Garbhaha. That means God is one, and Hiranya Garbhaha. Inside this Almighty God, this entire universe is glown. Because of the presence of Almighty God, the entire universe, sun, moon, stars, galaxies, everything is showing, everything is reflecting the God's light. And Surya Atma Jagatastastu Sascha. The Atma of Surya, the Atma of sun is Almighty God, says Yajurveda 7/42. Aditya Varnam Tamasaha Parastat, Yajurveda 31/18. That Almighty God is Aditya Varnam. He is the one who gives the light to the sun. And Tamasaha Parastat, by knowing that Almighty God only, any person can get rid of illusion and darkness. That is the mantra secret. And also my Acharya has quoted Mundaka Upanishad, Khand 2, Dvitiya Mundak, and Shloka number 10, Na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam nema vidyuto bhanti kuto ayam agnihi tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvam idam vibhati. In front of Almighty God, neither sun nor stars nor moon, nothing can glow their light in front of Almighty God. In fact, it is because of that Almighty God everything gets its glow. That is what the Rishi says in this shloka. Idam sarvam vibhati yasya bhasa. Yasya bhasa, only because of that Almighty God, this entire universe is getting light, is what Mundaka Upanishad also says. So we have to understand basically Vedas and Upanishads to decode Gita. Otherwise we will misunderstand Sri Krishna to be Almighty God. Sri Krishna is in the Samadhi stage. In some shlokas he is in Samadhi stage. He is speaking on behalf of Almighty God. In some shloka he is speaking as Sri Krishna. So which shloka, what is the message, we can never understand, because we read those Gita written by so-called saints who has never done tapasya, who has never attained Samadhi. If we read the Gita written by my Acharya, we will understand that which shloka, what is the real meaning. Here also we have to understand, Sri Krishna says that the light of the fire, the light of the sun, the light of the moon is not their light, it is my light. The light in the universe is not their light, it is my light. Here my means Almighty God's light. Sri Krishna is in Samadhi stage, he forgets. He has forgotten himself to be Sri Krishna. Inside Sri Krishna, God is manifested and God is giving the knowledge. Although many might not accept with this kind of views, but we have to understand the fundamental knowledge of this universe is Vedas. If there is something which is there in Vedas, God says that is truth. If God says I don't take birth, then we say that Sri Krishna is God, then it is false. So always read Gita in the light of Vedas only is the message of every Rishi Muni. Even Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati has not written commentaries on Gita, but even some of the shlokas wherever he has commented, he always has told that it is Yogeshwar Sri Krishna. It is not Almighty God Sri Krishna, because God cannot take birth. So without understanding Sri Krishna, without understanding Almighty God, we are insulting unknowingly both Sri Krishna, who is a Jivatma, who is a yogi, as well as Almighty God. So we have to be very, very careful here. So Gita Shloka 15/12, 15/13, all the shlokas where Aham, I created the universe, I give the knowledge of Vedas, I am omnipresent. This kind of terms used by Sri Krishna, we have to understand Sri Krishna is in Samadhi stage. He is not giving the knowledge in the middle of battlefield. He is giving the knowledge to Arjuna at various instances, and all those instances are compiled and written as a Mahabharata by Vyas Muni. That has to be clearly understood. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.